Hello, welcome to another afternoon edition of Mornings with this guy Stanley, and Stanley Jones of course. And it's been a good day so far. We went for a walk this morning and only came across two dogs. And I was going to record Stanley barking. He stopped barking by the time I got my phone out, and only Lucy would bark. Anyway, Lucy barks too, but his bark is funnier. I think it's a real high-pitched, come and play with me, I'm not a mean dog bark. Anyway, but we had a good walk, and then, what did I do this morning? Had breakfast, and I was sitting in my chair, and then some guy was walking in the backyard, and it turned out somebody from the lawn service came to fertilize and put pre-emergent or post-emergent or something, I guess pre-emergent, on the lawn, and then said to water as soon as possible. So I decided I'd go water, and found out that the sprinkler system needs some work. Probably hadn't been, well, I know it hasn't been serviced since I've been here, so I don't know when it was put in. It's great to have one, and a lot of them still work great, but a few of the things need to be worked on. So I doubt I'll water anymore this year, so sometime before next year, probably get the sprinkler system worked on. And what else? Then I got on my rowing machine and rowed for 40 minutes today. I just love my rower. I have tried to lose weight and keep my weight off my entire life, basically. And I've never been one. I've just never been an exerciser. I just am not somebody who enjoys exercise, but I really like this. I have spent so much money on equipment, and this is the first one I feel like I'm going to use this consistently. It makes me feel good after I do it, and I look forward to doing it. I would put off doing it before, and now it's like I look forward to it. So my rowing machine is great, and so I did that for 40 minutes, did a 30-minute row, and then a 10-minute race. I have this system where I can race with other people, but it's not live. So it's really kind of cheating, because I was racing a bunch of people who had already run this race, and you could see these other two that were neck and neck during part of the time. And so I was able to get out in front of all of them and win the race. So the next person will race me. It's different if it's live. Then it's more difficult, because if you're just trying to win the race and not trying to do your best time, then all you have to do is beat the next person over. And so somebody will beat me. But it's kind of cool to be number one for just a few minutes. Anyway, so they give us this service I have that sets these workouts, gives us goals for every month, and I got my upgrade with the service in mid-September, so I wasn't able to do their goal for September, what was it? I can't remember what it was. Anyway, in August it was row 7 days in a row, and I don't do that, but I would for the goal. But this month is to row 100,000 kilometers, and or 100,000 meters, and I've already got 20. How many have I done? 20. I mean, close to 30. I can't remember. I think it's 29,000. But I don't remember. But I've gotten a good start to the month, because it's only the third day of the month. And so anyway, I guess it's close to 20,000, because I usually do about 5 to 6,000 a day, and today I did an extra 2,000. I did 8,000 today, close to 8,000. So I think it goes 19,700 and something, I think is what I've rode. So that's pretty good for 3 days in a month when the goal's 100,000. And I think they give to some charity. Like everybody who meets the goal, this company gives $5 for everybody who meets the goal. So I don't remember what the charity is. It's a feed. It's a hunger program. So it's a good one. I don't know if it's the same charity every month, or if they're looking for something that's timely. Of course, food is a big deal right now with so many people out of work. And anyway, so I'm excited about my rowing. I'm hoping I can keep my weight off and maybe lose a few more pounds and then keep it off. And I'm tired of being a fat person. So, okay, Stanley, it's time for you to leave the room. You don't look like you're ready. Okay. Good boy. Lucy is outside. She likes to spend her time outside in the sun. She's always been that way. Even when I got her, I remember the day I drove up to this farm down near Santo where she had been dropped off. And I've been living for about a year after she was dropped off. And I guess about 9 months. I think they've got her around Christmas time. But she was out playing in this they had a big tank there. And she was playing in the tank. And I just remember she liked getting her feet wet. And she's always like that. Anyway, so she's outside. She's an outdoor dog, but she'll come in to sleep and if it's too hot or too cold. But Stanley is basically a where I am kind of dog, though. He's been spending more time outside, which I think is good for him. Here's our reading today is the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verses 1 through 4. Great verses here. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. And I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, "See, the home of God is among mortals. He will dwell with them as their God. They will be his peoples, and God himself will be with them. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. Death will be no more. Mourning and crying and pain will be no more, for the first things have passed away." The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. That's the great eternal hope. Here's our reading from Christian Maturity by E. Stanley Jones is Saturday of week 24, the last day of week 24. The false world passes away. We have seen that primary nature is here to stay, an integral part of us, but second nature is man-made and an unnatural imposition on life. It can be cleansed away and a new freedom found from unnatural bondages. That is what John means when he says, "Do not love the world or the things in the world. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of this world." That's 1 John 2:15 and 16. The world is life organized apart from God. It is second nature built up by man. Of it is said, "And the world passes away." That's verse 17. "But he who does the will of God abides forever." That is life organized around the will of God. That life abides, for it is primary nature. I never saw the world, the real world, God's world, until I had renounced the dominance of this false world and accepted a world organized around God. I never saw the sky, the trees, everything as I did the morning after I was converted. Every bush was aflame with God. The village fountain was bubbling out of paradise. Everything had a heavenly origin and a heavenly flavor. I saw everything with agape. The three things God mentions here, the lust of the flesh, sexuality, the lust of the eyes, acquisitiveness, the pride of life, egocentricity, are all perversions of agape. The basic urge to love has been turned toward the flesh and has produced sexuality toward the lust of the eyes and has produced an acquisitive, grasping type toward the ego and has produced a proud, egocentric type. Love has been turned into lust, agape into eros. Second nature takes the place of primary nature and rules over primary nature. The person is topsy-turvy. Eros is agape unconverted, gone astray. Conversion is conversion from perversion. Conversion replaces eros with agape. Redemption is therefore a redemption of our loves. It redeems from the unnatural to the natural, the supernaturally natural. It makes us whole again. I love that why he said that every bush was aflame with God. I think he stole that from Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Every bush is aflame with God. Those that see take off their shoes. The rest just sitting around eating blackberries. I think is how it goes. It's a great quote. I should memorize it and not just say, I think I know most of it. Anyway, here's our prayer for today. Oh, Father, I would be made whole, for I cannot live half slave and half free. I would be one person with a single goal, a single love, and a single drive. Only your agape can draw me together into wholeness. Amen. Here's our affirmation for the day. All my loves redeemed by agape. I am free to love with agape. Jesus is Lord.